Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How's things where you are? How's life in your world? Let me know in the comments. Look, it's not a disaster. It's organized. It's organized. I spent Saturday playing down here. Almost the entire day. My kid asked to spend the weekend again, and I was like, listen, maybe you can stay Sunday night, and then let me have the weekend to do whatever. And she's like, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, the main thing I want to do is work in a shop. I had some plans that I wanted to put together down here, and so I got to do that. And it's very, very few times that I spend that much time just kind of I have this problem, I guess, that I'll let things build to the point that I become completely overwhelmed by them, and then it becomes, then the cycle starts where I don't want to do whatever it is. So like cleaning this space or like organizing, it becomes such a disaster that I don't even want to start fixing it. Instead of like doing incremental change, instead of like fixing it as I go kind of thing, I just let it build up to the point that it becomes overwhelming. And it's just life in general. That's kind of like how, not just physically in a space, but just emotionally and personally I handle things. I don't handle things well. So to just spend a day in here, I cleaned, I swept, I did some organizational projects. When we tore Keely's room apart, which is getting painted now, when we tore Keely's room apart, she had one of these shelving units, or well, they're not shelving units, but they're cubbies. I have a bunch of them up on the wall over here that store paint and stuff, and I got these, I think at AC Moore. They come in either 2-bin, 3-bin, or 4-bin sizes, and they were like half off one day, so they were like $30 or something, and I bought all that they had in the store, and I have made... for one, I used some of them for garage shelves. 2, I used some of them to build a TV stand and a bookcase. And so I have a few left over. 2 of them are in my bathroom, kind of as shelving units in there, unfinished. And then I have one in Keely's room. And it was kind of, she had glued stuff to it and had made slime and got that stuck all over it. And so I scraped all that stuff off, and I measured the underside of my miter saw bench and realized it was like 41.5 inches or 41.25 inches, and this bookshelf was like 41 3/8. So it basically just perfectly fit underneath of my bench. So I've mounted it under the bench, and I'm going to divide it into 6 drawers. So I'm going to build 6 drawers out of some crappy like fake wood OSB type stuff, not OSB, I don't even know what it is, particle board. That was a dresser cabinet thing she had in her room. We tore it apart. I used part of that as a shelf on the bottom of the miter saw bench, which will now be like a little bit of storage for scrap, because I'm a hoarder when it comes to scrap. I mean, I keep the smallest little pieces. So I'm going to build drawers out of that material to go in the little cubbies, and I'm going to have 6 drawers. I organized the workbench. One of those drawers is going to be for all the little miniature 4-inch clamps, because I have like, I don't know, 20 of them now and no place to put them. And then I made this guy. This was going to be a project, but I don't know why I didn't film it. I made essentially a press that goes in my drill press, and I'm working on a new print, a new block to print. So the hope is that I can use this to press my new block, and instead of doing the hand rubbing, I might be able to get better prints out of it. So this is just glued 3 pieces of 1/2-inch plywood together with some cherry rails, and a bolt so I can chuck it in the drill press, and that drill press gives me the additional leverage I need to be able to put enough downforce to make a good impression. So hopefully that'll work. I made that this weekend, and then in just general, I cleaned, I threw away tons of stuff that's not needed anymore and kind of put stuff in its place, and you know, it felt really good to just spend a day in like one of my favorite places on the planet. Like just being in here and being creative and being productive is a favorite thing of mine. And so I want to continue doing that. And I'm trying to figure it out because I've gotten to be very, very, very complacent over the last year and a half, and I need to be less complacent. I need to challenge myself more. I need to figure out a way to do that, but to still be a good father and a good companion and not alienate people in my life because they're more important to me than all of that. I got to figure that all out. But it felt good. It felt good to be down here doing that. So today, I took the day off today. I didn't work, and Keely stayed last night, and then we worked on her room all day. We patched. Yesterday I patched holes in her wall, and then today we sanded all of that, wiped down all the walls, and put up the first coat of paint. Taped everything, painted. I let her paint as much as she could. She got tired pretty quick with the roller, but we got the first coat of paint on her entire room. And now tomorrow we'll put on another coat. So it's been productive. I feel good about it. I feel good. How do you feel? How's things where you are? Hopefully, you know, we're not stuck at home too much longer and we can accomplish some things outside of this space. But for now, I've got lots of projects to keep me busy. I'm hoping you're staying busy. Are you doing anything differently to stay busy during this time? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow. The word today is anomaly. It is a noun meaning exception to the norm, something different and unexpected that logically should not exist. After 1,000 meters of his broken field walking, Misuto came upon an anomaly, a patch of sand perhaps 10 meters square. Fred Pohl and Thomas, American science fiction authors. Anomaly. ANOMALY.